Crawford's about to fight.
He's going to fight Canelo. I just hope he's big enough. I think he's that good. He's just so skillful. He's so slick. And when he gets, and he's also the best guy in the sport at switch hitting. He'll go from southpaw to orthodox and be just as good and trip you up. Like you think he's going to start southpaw, he starts orthodox. You prepare for orthodox. He's
because you're talking about Crawford. But in weight classes, he's the most composed guy. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No. He's already moved up 3 weight classes.
Joe Rogan and other top analysts are stunned after seeing Terence Crawford's latest training footage ahead of his potential fight with Canelo Alvarez. Meanwhile, Canelo is also ramping up his preparations, focusing on strength, speed, and endurance, with his camp emphasizing strategy, intense sparring, and maintaining peak conditioning for elite performance. However, Terence Crawford stays in elite shape year-round, but Joel Diaz believes that won't be enough against Canelo Alvarez. He views the size and power difference as too great to overcome, pointing out that Canelo took clean shots from Gennady Golovkin without backing down and doubts Crawford, moving up 2 full weight classes, can withstand that kind of power. In Diaz's view, skill alone isn't enough to bridge the physical gap.
I think if Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that. I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. I can see the same thing. When you start Canelo Alvarez fighting another time, now look at it. Terence Crawford went from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Okay, Madrimov is a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G. The heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a jack. I don't think Crawford has anything.
Jaron Boots Ennis also sees Canelo Alvarez as the favorite against Terence Crawford, believing Canelo's proven ability to handle and hurt larger opponents, some rehydrating close to 200 pounds, gives him a major advantage. Despite not being a natural super middleweight, Canelo consistently drops bigger fighters with ease, and Ennis sees that kind of punching power as a serious threat, and a key reason why Canelo should be favored in this matchup.
Like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down. Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60, maybe. And he been hurting these guys. I think he dropping these guys and things like that. So and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. He be probably close to 200 pounds. And he dropping those guys like that. So I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it. So
Still, Terence Crawford is grinding hard in camp, showing unmatched drive and laser-sharp focus as he adds muscle, sharpens his stamina, and trains with serious purpose. Every session reflects his hunger and determination to rise to the challenge, clearly preparing for the biggest test of his career. Moreover, Teddy Atlas dismissed any doubts about Terence Crawford's composure, calling it laughable to even question. He emphasized that despite potentially jumping 6 weight classes, Crawford remains one of the calmest and most controlled fighters in the sport, praising his rare ability to slow the action down and see things others miss, highlighting his elite timing, superior to anyone's, along with his power, speed, technique, and top-tier coaching. According to Atlas, those intangibles make it impossible to count Crawford out, regardless of the size difference.
His composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo.
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Look, because you're talking about Crawford. But in weight classes, he's the most composed guy. And what, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No. He's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6. If you add on 3. Crawford has the ability to slow things down in the ring that very few people have. And to see things that nobody else can see because he slows it down. Yeah, he's got great power. He carried it up. Yeah, he's got good hand speed. Yeah, he's got all that. He's got good technique. His coaches do a tremendous job with him. But the timing is impeccable. It's better than anyone else's. Why? Because of this. When a guy has that ingredient, and very, very few have, I can't count him out in anything.
However, new training footage of Terence Crawford has left fans and analysts stunned, as he appears sharper, stronger, and more explosive than ever, showcasing incredible speed and power. The intensity and precision in every movement have sparked serious buzz, leading many to reconsider how competitive he could be against Canelo Alvarez. Crawford clearly means business. Moreover, Joe Rogan praised Terence Crawford as a rare talent, calling him incredibly skillful and slick, and highlighted his elite ability to switch stances seamlessly, stating he's the best in the sport at it. Rogan emphasized Crawford's precision, high fight IQ, and deep understanding of positioning, timing, and anticipating what comes next.
Good. He's just so skillful. He's so slick. And when he gets, and he's also the best guy in the sport at switch hitting. He'll go from southpaw to orthodox and be just as good and trip you up. Like you think he's going to start southpaw, he starts orthodox. You prepare for orthodox, he's fighting southpaw. He feels like he's got you timed better orthodox, he'll switch it up. You know?
Super accurate.
Oh, he just knows so much about boxing, about where to be and what's coming.
Bivol also shared his thoughts, stating that Terence Crawford genuinely wants the fight with Canelo Alvarez and will bring more activity than Canelo's previous opponent. Bivol praised Crawford's champion mentality, which he believes will make the fight more exciting, and noted that Crawford won't allow Canelo to control the pace as he did in his last bout, suggesting it will be harder for Canelo to take breaks. When asked who would win, Bivol admitted he wasn't sure, but called it a highly intriguing match.
I think Crawford wants the fight a lot. He wants the fight, and I think he will be more active than Canelo's previous opponent, and he has different mentality. He has champion mentality. I think the fight will be much more interesting.
What do you make of the weight in that fight, the weight difference?
I think Crawford will not let Canelo just walking on the ring when he wants, because we could see this fight. Canelo did everything. When he wanna rest, he could rest easy, in this fight. Yeah, of course, when he wanted to work, that guy didn't give him work. He just rest. I think with Crawford, it will be harder to rest.
Who do you think wins?
I don't know. It's a very interesting
Amir
fight.
Khan shared his thoughts on the potential Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, calling it an even bigger and more thrilling matchup. He acknowledged that while Canelo is the naturally larger and heavier fighter, Crawford's recent performances have raised new questions about the outcome. Khan believes that size and power alone won't decide the fight. Instead, a strong ring IQ, speed, strategy, and complete boxing skills will be crucial. He sees the fight as a clash between two of the best pound-for-pound boxers. And despite Crawford giving up weight, it remains a close and unpredictable contest that could go either way.
It's made a bigger fight happen now with Canelo and Crawford. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Is there more question marks being asked in that fight now? Because a lot of people say, look, Canelo's a bigger guy. He should technically be the bigger guy, have too much weight for Crawford. But from that performance, do you feel like it's a lot tighter and there's a lot more question marks in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, you need more than size, you need more than weight, you need more than everything. I mean, I think what you need now is you just need box IQ, the right box IQ, you know what I mean? You need to be smart. And someone like Canelo fighting against Crawford, you need more than power, you need more than speed, you need ring IQ, you need literally everything, because this is the two best pound-for-pound fighters who are going to be fighting each other. Even though Crawford is going to be giving away a lot of weight, But I feel that
Keith Thurman believes Terence Crawford has a real shot at beating Canelo Alvarez, but only if he elevates his preparation to another level. He says Crawford must push beyond his limits by training in extreme conditions like high elevations and fine-tuning every aspect of his performance, both physically and mentally. According to Thurman, Crawford needs to sharpen his ring IQ, stay one step ahead, and mentally visualize every possible scenario.
It's impossible for my boy Crawford. But it's one of those things where if he really wants to win against Canelo, he's going to need to do everything. You know, you're going to need to run uphill. You're going to need to train at high altitude. You're going to need to do every little thing that gives you that, you know, athletic edge. And lots of pre-fight meditate, you know. You got to see victory before the victory manifests, you know. Whether I'm going to set the trap. He's going to want to counter me. And so I'm going to
also raised concerns about how the added weight could affect Crawford's agility, questioning whether he can maintain the same sharpness and movement. However, he suggested that with the right approach, including advanced recovery methods and cutting-edge training, Crawford could close the gap, and if everything clicks, Thurman believes an upset is entirely possible.
It's impossible for my boy Crawford. But it's one of those things where it needs to be planned out, trained out, and methodically, you know, delivered on fight night. And then the other thing is how athletic is he going to move with the extra weight on top of him. So, you know, like I said, it's just very important to train, to have the best camp that you can have, high altitude, get all that oxygen, and just use all those little biohacking things to your advantage to make an upset.
Hamza Ashira weighed in, predicting Canelo Alvarez will win by knockout, primarily due to the significant weight difference. He pointed out that moving up from 154 to 168 pounds and facing one of the best fighters is a huge challenge, even for someone as talented as Crawford. However, Ashira noted that Crawford should never be completely counted out, though he believes Canelo is likely to secure the knockout. So guys, subscribe to my channel for more updates.